Hey, it's Rich with Breathingwiththemarkets.com. Today is August 21st, 2025. A trader's subconscious mind. If you were to squeeze a piece of fruit, or squeeze a grapefruit, for example, what do you think comes out of it? Grapefruit juice. If you go to squeeze those negative thoughts inside your body, what do you think is going to come out? Negative thoughts. If your inside subconscious mind is toxic, you're going to have a very, very hard time succeeding at a lot of things in life, especially trading. If you have any negative thoughts, any negative excuses that you continue to say, the words, I can't, I always, I continue, I can't stop, all of these things are negative. That is not a sign of success. That is a sign of failure. Your subconscious mind and how you talk, how you feel, has a lot to do with trading. If you take things personally, you need to change that in trading. The market does not know who you are. It doesn't care. If you are taught an objective, methodical way to approach the market, and you repeat that day in and day out, you are certainly not to blame. If you continue to find excuses as to why you lost the trade, and you don't hold yourself accountable, that is your fault. Because 2 or 3 people can take the same trade and have 3 different outcomes. What does that mean? Risk tolerance is not the same for everyone. You should never ask what someone else does. You should never ask what they should do in this situation, because they are not you. You are yourself. You must find your lane. You must find out what works for you. And I'm not talking about a strategy, because I teach how to trade the entire market, whether it's going long or short, how to follow the entire market. Doesn't matter what direction. Doesn't matter if it's ranging or moving up or down. The most successful traders, in my honest opinion, and I could be wrong, but I doubt it, are those who have a positive subconscious mind, positive thinking, words that come out of their mouth saying, I screwed up, I'm going to fix it. Not to find excuses, not to keep blaming things or blaming platforms or blaming prop firms or blaming brokers or non-regulated brokers is the reason why they're losing their trades. That is not healthy. That is not helpful. And that will destroy your trading career. If you have a problem on a platform, if you have a problem in a prop firm, you have to become a better trader. Or leave that platform, leave that broker, leave that prop firm. But what you will find, if you don't hone in your skills, and trading is a skill, what you will find is that at the end, you will have no one else to blame but yourself. That's correct. There's no one else to blame but yourself. So when you fail to stay on task, or if you fail to follow directions, or if you fail to think in a positive way, it is not going to be beneficial for you in any way. Trading is hard enough. If you took the money away from it, I think trading would be a lot easier for those who cannot just understand that trading is an actual skill. The higher skill level you have, the more money you will make over time. Just because a trader takes 1 or 2 trades a month and claims to be a multi-millionaire, in my book, in my opinion, because I'm entitled to my opinion, but it might not be factual, and that's okay. But I don't believe that's a trader that calls himself a trader. That's an investor. If you're taking just a few trades a month, you're kind of an investor. I can't see someone just intraday or scalping 2 trades a month. And we're not breaking it down by how many trades that you take per day. But let's use some common sense. Maybe somebody only has 2 days a month to trade. Then yes, they're a trader. But somebody that claims to be a full-time trader and then takes 2 trades a month, give pause. What the hell is that? You claim to be a full-time trader and you only take 2 trades a week? That doesn't sound like full-time to me. Don't be fooled by words. Don't be fooled by a fake bankroll. Don't be fooled by those who have an endless supply of money coming in and they're gambling. If they have a skill, they can teach a skill. If they have a skill, they're not going to teach and preach about opinions. They're not going to have you read a book. They're not going to have you watch videos. You're only as strong as your shadow. Why in the hell would you watch a video or read a book? If you are paid for a course and you have to read and watch a video, that is not teaching. A one-on-one mentorship, a coach, someone who has a backbone, someone who can back their shit up, someone who can show you day in and day out what the charts do and go back 20 and 15 years. Doesn't matter what the pair is. Doesn't matter what the name is. Doesn't matter even if the stock is still on the market. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's a penny stock. What truly matters trading a market is if you can truly identify objective evidence in the market. I have heard so many traders say, oh, I don't remember this. No one ever taught me this, or no one ever taught me that. Think about it. Think about what happens. If someone can teach you day in and day out, and you're not retaining that information, then you're not practicing. If you're not practicing, then you're not going to get better. Practicing is not buying accounts and blowing them up. That's not called practice. That's called reckless. You must practice on a still chart. There is no such thing as FOMO if you are studying and you are practicing on a still chart. How is that possible? How is that possible if you understand what a market's supposed to look like? You are taught how to approach a market in a methodical way. How can you fuck that up? The only way you can screw that up is when you as a trader take a step, buy an account, and not follow what you were taught. And if you're not following what you were taught, then that shows everyone that you're not practicing. Because if you practice, then it would become second nature in the market. You would be able to call out candles. You would be able to call out the moves, piece by piece. Prior to that happening, you would be able to do that time and time again. You would be asking the market to give you something that you were taught. You would be asking for that confirmation that you understand and practice. But instead, a lot of traders will go out and buy accounts and say, I can do this, prove it. Trading is difficult if you want to be reckless. Bottom line, I did well today. I was done pre-market. I didn't plan on trading pre-market. I was in the office. I saw a move and I took it. So I was done. I just watched the open. I didn't trade. I didn't have to trade the open because I got my fix before. You don't have to trade each and every second in the market. You don't have to feel bad if you miss a certain timeline. It was bothering me before when I couldn't trade the open every day in the morning. And I've adjusted that mentality that, you know what? It doesn't matter. I know how to trade the market. If I see something present itself, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to look at my watch, but obviously it's pre-market or during the market hours. But that is trading. And if you can't trade on one day, forget about it. Call it a break-even day. Put it in your pocket because you need days where you're not trading. And I'm not talking about personally not trading. Like, I'm not going to trade tomorrow to test myself or to prove to myself that I'm not going to trade a day. No, you do that on the fucking weekends. The best time to be in the market's when the market's open. The worst time to be in the market when the market's closed. Use your weekends and if you want to pretend. This sport is not pretending. This is a professional sport. We don't pretend. We practice for Monday. We practice for Tuesday. We practice for Wednesday. We practice for Thursday. And we practice for Friday. Every week. We don't just learn a skill and throw up our hands and say, oh, I have all the information now. I'll see it. And when it gets there, I'll react. Not going to happen, traders. Not going to happen. Your skill will speak for itself. Are you passing combines? Are you passing tests? Are you passing evaluations without gambling? Are you doing things to making progress? And just because you may or may not have passed doesn't mean you're failing. That means you just need to work harder. Because once you start getting payouts, you're going to understand that you can continue to do that if you continue to work hard. Just because you get one payout doesn't mean you made it. Because now you have to get the next payout, and the next payout, and the next payout. And before those payouts, depending on what firm that you're trading with or your live account, you have to be profitable for several days prior to that to earn that opportunity to get a payout. So the odds are against you at that point. If you're not studying and you don't understand that you must study a still chart and practice each and every day. If you have time, your time doesn't mean I need to trade in the market. If you have time and you have spare time and it's not a prime time to trade in the market, then you study. You get better. Each and every time that I have a mentorship, each and every time that I train someone, that I go over something with someone over and over and over again. Traders from all around the world at different levels in their life, different experiences in their life. Each and every time that I'm teaching them, guess what? I even get better and better and better. Why? Because I'm actually showing them. Trading is muscle memory. An objective trading strategy and a systematic approach to the market. It's repetitive. And if you can repeat it over and over and over again, so if I spend 5 hours with someone on their first day and 5 hours with someone on the second day, and then continued education thereafter, of course, my skills are going to get better and better and better, and reminders, right? I mean, it's just simple logic. The more time that you spend on the charts, the better you're going to get. For all those traders struggling out there, I get it. I understand it. I wish you the best. If you want a systematic approach to the market and to actually learn a skill, come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com. I will sit down and teach you 101, and I will show you how the market moves. None of this YouTube university stuff. I will show you things that's not on YouTube, to my knowledge. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube. I get it. But it's not what you normally see. I wish you well. Have a great day. Peace, traders.